It was his decision to leave himself out and make himself substitute. The team there, including a number of players who are not English. Steen, who's just come back from injury, born in South Africa. Karin, the goalkeeper from the Soviet Union, was Russian. Kjellberg is a Dane. Jonsson is a Norwegian. There are 3 Scots in the side, but it's the team that was expected, the team that started last week, and Glenn Hoddle preferring to keep himself in reserve. Now, what about the formation that Jimmy and Alan were discussing earlier, Trevor?
Well, I think the 2 central defenders, Jonsson and Kjellberg, are going to have their hands full with Mark Hughes, who I thought had an outstanding last few weeks to the end of the season, and is such a focal point to United's attack. Also, number 18 there, the anchor man in midfield, Eddie Newton, who will flip between picking up Cantona as he comes deep, and then having to keep an eye also on Roy Keane's forward runs. And then, of course, the flexibility of that small attacking 5 who do interchange on occasion so dangerously.
Well, let's turn to Manchester United. They have 7 names on the sheet who bring a different nationality to this traditionally English occasion. The Dane Schmeichel in goal, past fit. Then the Ukrainian Kanchelskis, who survived a late injury scare that was kept very quiet. There are 2 Irishmen, Irwin and Keane, 2 Welshmen, Hughes and Giggs. And of course, there's the first Frenchman to play in the FA Cup final, number 7, Eric Cantona. And I would imagine that formation is pretty well established too.
Well, it's a typical solid back 4, isn't it, that they've had all season. A lot of people saying whether the small, nippy Chelsea forwards might cause them a problem. I think they'd like to squeeze up that back 4, and perhaps they've got to be wary of people running from deep like Peacock and trying to play the offside and not getting the decision. Kanchelskis and Giggs, I think, will find it difficult with Sinclair and Clark, both 2 very quick fullbacks. So it'll be interesting to see if they can have the influence that many people think they might. And then, of course, Hughes and Cantona, sometimes so irresistible. We wonder what mood the pair will be in today.
This famous competition is about to get underway with the rain still drifting down slowly at Wembley. Weather's really changed since this morning. The pitch could be a bit slippy on top, and it's Chelsea in blue, Manchester United in red, Steve Clarke on the ball. Steen, Irwin for Manchester United. Any quick early thoughts, Trevor?
Well, it was going to be interesting to see how Manchester United solved the problem of Peacock. I wonder whether Paul Ince might do a job, but they're leaving Keane and Ince there playing as 2 central midfielders, and I think Pallister and Bruce are going to just have to sort out Peacock as he makes those late runs.
Outside him, and Sinclair's still there. Oh, and they dived in front of him to block it. Ince, for one, was back there. This is Giggs for Manchester United. Just look at the pace. Oh, Erland Johnson was the player in the way, and David Ellery's gone straight to his pocket. This is going to be a booking for Erland Johnson on Ryan Giggs.
Well, that was the classic situation, wasn't it? Chelsea very unlucky at one end, because I thought if actually Sinclair hadn't stopped it, Spencer would have had a clear chance. But then the counter-attack, Manchester United so good, and that is a bad challenge. David Ellery immediately imposing the control, and a booking and a yellow card. Not the ideal start for a defender, because that is going to...
Well, I hope the start is an indication of what's to come. I don't mean the booking, I mean the pace at which the game has begun. Here's Keane. It's a throw-in to Manchester United. This is the Welshman. Cantona through the middle. That was Johnson. Cantona is away by Wise, only to Bruce. This is Keane. Wants Kanchelskis to make a run, but Sinclair has blocked that route. Here comes Paul Parker joining the attack. Still Keane. Hughes. Spencer's in the middle, further over. They're both quick. Steen takes on Ince.
That was an example of what Chelsea are looking for, to win possession, then quickly.
Wise. It went sort of through Peacock, and Kanchelskis is outside him. Comes off a Chelsea player, and Karin gathers. Good advantage by David Ellery. No need to stop the play there. Peacock. There is now. He's not happy about that challenge. Steve Bruce is at the heart of that, and players on both sides angry here. Looks like another booking to me.
Well, he's going to be a booking. Again, I don't like to see players reacting quite as fervently as they are. Maybe they're only the referee. He's in control. He's made the decisions that he has done already this afternoon. And I think just leave it to the referee. Don't try and claim all the time. I mean, it was late, and Spencer sort of, I think, made a bit of a meal of it.
In fact, Manchester United dealt with that fairly comfortably. Coming up to the 20-minute mark here in the FA Cup final. There's no score, it's still raining. There have been 2 bookings. Burley, return ball to him from Peacock. Steen near post, away by Pallister. Peacock again. And they'll need help. Pallister it was who got it away. Misjudgment by Schmeichel surely. Back in by Burley. Well, it's still on for Steen. And Irwin gets pulled down. That's a free kick the other way, but Cantona lost the ball to Eddie Newton, and when John Spencer got in, I wasn't sure that Schmeichel was best advised to be there.
Well, once he started to come, he had to commit himself. It was a bit fortunate for United. They've got 3 covering.
3. Gavin Peacock. And play goes on while the crowd recover their breath. Hughes, what a let-off for Manchester United. No chance for the goalkeeper there. Spectacular moment after 26 minutes from the man who always seems to do well against these opponents. Instead, it might just inject some urgency into United. It's Keane. Irwin. I was just about to shout goal then, I can tell you. But then so were 80,000 others. This is Parker. Kanchelskis. Kanchelskis got it back from Hughes. Comes out to Parker. Danger here still. Not now. Poor delivery.
Yes, that's the weakest part of Paul Parker's game, that final cross. But Kanchelskis was the first time able to really make the run. But look, it's Gavin Peacock. Flicks it onto his left foot. He's a 2-footed player. Loops it over. Schmeichel had no chance. Another yard further out, it would have dipped in under the crossbar. Wonderful bit of skill. And I mean, that would have been amazing if he'd have got another goal against him. And I think for a 5 or 6 minute spell, Chelsea now will feel a bit unlucky that they haven't gone ahead. Glenn Hoddle, his side, have enjoyed a wonderful little attacking spell. That near.
Hughes. Keane. Parker. Oof. Was meant for Giggs. Kanchelskis. He stopped because he was offside. Jonsson, the nearer one in fact. Kjellberg came in there. Oh, and offside. The flag's up. That wouldn't have mattered. There was a Chelsea player in an offside position. Ince. Oh, space here. Kanchelskis. Hughes coming in far side. And a corner off Clark.
Well, that was when Kanchelskis had to take a chance with his left foot. You could see there was 3 Manchester United players. Paul Ince winning possession, releasing him on the left-hand side. A quick early cross with the left foot before Chelsea got back would have been the ideal, but he came in on his right foot, and by then it got blocked out, and he's only got a corner for his troubles.
Well, Pallister has come into the near post position. Bruce is up as well. There's Steve Bruce, and went out all the way to Cantona. Here's Kanchelskis. In again for Bruce. Jonsson. Steen. Coming in from the left-hand side. And Kjellberg beats Hughes. Now by Kanchelskis, who then moves inside to join Cantona and Hughes in the penalty area. That's Cantona! Brilliantly taken by Dimitri Karin as Hughes threw himself forward.
Well, a lovely flowing move from Manchester United, their best to date, involving both flank players. A good deep cross. Cantona unselfishly trying to knock it back across, but Karin, very agile, made up ground and held on to it very well.
One. I don't know whether Glenn Hoddle said first one there or what, but it's a free kick to Chelsea in a very central position. And Dennis Wise would, I presume, be favourite here.
I think so. I wonder if anyone noticed if Glenn Hoddle would just pop in and take the free kick and then nip back to the bench again, because he would be the ideal one in this situation, but I don't think they'll quite get away with that.
I don't think Wise would let him, actually, because he prides himself a bit on these himself, the Chelsea captain. However, we'll see what happens.
Steve Clarke is taking a long run up. He likes to have a shot as well, whether he'd just go for power rather than a curler from Wise.
And Sinclair's also there. That's Wise, and it's come off the wall. And it was all a bit of an anticlimax. Oh, Karin there stretching, and Steve Bruce tried to retrieve it on the other side and got another corner out of it.
Karin did quite well in the end because he got a bit underneath it. Was never going to be able to catch it then, and so...
Oh, and Bruce is up there again. Over in the middle. Oh, if the cross had been anything like, Hughes has gone on his knees and slammed the floor in frustration, because all Kanchelskis had... Bruce comes in. Oh, that was an opportunity, wasn't it?
Yes, in the...
Can't keep that record going, because the man who is Sinclair... And Irwin out, Peacock back in. Oof, Sinclair was swinging at the volley before the ball was taken from him. Yep. Karin punching. Came off the head of Peacock, in fact, in the end. This is Keane. Now it's Parker. Irwin, full-back to full-back. To Giggs. But good cover. Burley. Clarke. Cantona looks for Hughes. Erland Jonsson across. Needs to be cleared by Kjellberg. And Chelsea... Spencer is square. This is Peacock. Burley, who can crack them from there. In fact, he scored, Craig Burton. Couldn't get the real power into the head of the Frenchman. Giving... Offside, it's Bruce. Yeah, this is a good chance for Chelsea. It's Spencer. John Spencer didn't run on for him. It may still go for Wise or for Burley. Peacock unmarked on this side of the area. Wise. Clarke moving up. And it still doesn't really run. Here's Eddie Newton to strike one. Comes back off the knees of Steve Bruce. Good spell for Chelsea.
Not the way he's shaping up to it, no. Although I think it's going to be a fantastic shot if he can beat somebody of the quality of Karin.
Karin's never been beaten by a shot from outside the area. Not since he joined Chelsea, only one that was deflected. And he keeps that record going from the Irishman. Eddie Newton on Dennis Irwin, a penalty. penalty in the cup final. Dennis Irwin brought down by Eddie Newton on the hour, and Manchester United have a penalty.
Well, all the Chelsea players all put their hands on the head when the tackle went in. Look at that. I mean, he's had such a good game, Eddie Newton, right in front of David Ellery. No alternative but to point to the spot. And what a vital moment.
Well, the United players are looking at their injured colleague, but it's Cantona, I think, who'll take it. He's put the ball on the spot, and this will be interesting, won't it? The first Frenchman in a cup final against the first Russian goalkeeper in a cup final. And the last two penalties at Wembley in FA Cup finals have been saved. Dave Besant and Mark Crossley. But can Eric Cantona make his mark on the biggest occasion in the English game, or can Karine? Oh! Cantona made it look like a practice ground penalty. He just stroked it in the corner and sent Karine the wrong way. And with this goal, the Premiership champions take the lead in the FA Cup final. Poor Eddie Newton.
Well, it was good to see a lot of his Chelsea colleagues give him a slap on the back there and say, forget it, let's get on with getting an equaliser. But Cantona, he has been quiet, but when it matters, a lot of pressure on him there. And he, as you say, did look very relaxed. I'm sure he wasn't, but he tucked it away. And as we said in that first half, Manchester United could make Chelsea rue those one or two chances that slipped away.
Kanchelskis, they've got Hughes in the middle, and how did he do that? It's Giggs now. Well, what a waste. What a terrible, terrible waste. Dear, oh dear. It was too long, the cross. I just wanted to make a point about David Ellery's positioning on that penalty, Trevor. He was virtually standing within a yard of the incident. I know it was an obvious penalty, but it was an excellent piece of an example to all referees as to where they should be when the play's in that area of the pitch. Kanchelskis in. Oh, he's given another one. Sinclair on Kanchelskis. A second penalty to Manchester United. Well, I can't recall this happening in a cup final before. Sinclair charges Kanchelskis down, and within a matter of minutes, two penalty kicks to the same side. David Ellery wasn't as close this time, but he had no doubts. Chelsea are protesting.
Well, I shouldn't have said anything, should I? Because I can't agree with that decision. The linesman, who was in a much better position, did not signal the penalty. David Ellery, who was 30 yards behind him and couldn't have seen the incident as clearly as the linesman, gave the penalty himself. And I must say, I thought it was a wrong decision. If anything, it was actually obstruction outside the area initially when they made contact.
Well, we'll try. Well, obviously we will see it again when the penalty's been taken, Trevor. Not for a moment, of course. Chelsea have made their protest long and loud. They agree with Trevor Brooking. He agrees with them. We'll see. But it's Cantona in another battle of wits against Dimitri Karine. And again, it's 2-0. And Eric Cantona. And look at Glenn Hoddle, he's got the tracksuit off now. Eric Cantona creates some sort of cup final record, stroking in two penalties. This time, the alleged offender is Sinclair, but all sorts of things are happening now. This is how he took the second one, and really it was just like the first one. He tucked it away in that corner, and Karine, who must have thought, well, he's going to change his mind this time, and he didn't.
Well, it's all down to the guessing game, isn't it, when you get to that situation. Glenn Hoddle coming on now, but you have to say his side just lost their organisation those few minutes when the first goal went in. I felt they needed him straight away just to calm them down. They got caught a couple of occasions then with too many men forward, and you just feel at this moment 2 goals is too much for him to get his side back into it. But let's wait and see what happens. But that second penalty will be a discussion point, won't it?
Glenn Hoddle is on the field, the player manager. Mark Hughes again. The Wembley Warrior makes it 3-0. And surely now the double is secure. Mark Hughes. Chelsea deflated. And Manchester United go 3 goals clear. Well, 3 in 9 minutes. And this time, oh dear me, you've got to feel sorry there for Sinclair. But Hughes now, what a record he's created. 4 big Wembley occasions in one season. He's scored in all of them. He was in his own half, and can he complete the hat-trick here against Karine? And he rolls it the wrong side of the post, and you start to wonder how many Manchester United might score. You start to wonder whether Chelsea will fall apart completely. They certainly did on the 3rd goal. What about that one, Trevor?
Well, I don't know whether they are going to fall apart completely. They've had 10 minutes when they have, and Glenn Hoddle know now it's too late to retrieve it, and it's a great shame. You know, they hadn't been in the situation before, Chelsea, had they? Psychologically, the down feeling of conceding the opening goal, having played so well, and then suddenly chasing the game, getting called out, and Manchester United showing as a counter-attacking team that they've got no equals, and since then they've just destroyed Chelsea, haven't they?
Kanchelskis. Well, this is Kanchelskis again, goes behind Mark Hughes. Well, I suppose when all this dies down, which it doesn't threaten to just at the moment, the turning point will be seen to be the second penalty, and from what you were saying, what we saw, it does appear it might have started outside the box. Here's Peacock for Chelsea. That's his cross, and it's too long. Free kick to Manchester United, who went from 0-0 to 3-0 between the 61st and 69th minutes, and here's how they broke away again. Now watch number 6 here, Sinclair. He seems to have the situation under control, but the ball bounced off his shins, and the worst person to give it to in that situation is Mark Hughes, because he's deadly, at Wembley particularly.
I mean, Sinclair will rue that mistake, but I mean, it was the second goal that was critical for this match, because 1-0.
Perhaps his best save of the afternoon, he had to. The ball was supplied by Hoddle initially in that attack. And it's a corner to Chelsea. Played short. Jonsson and Kjellberg waiting in the middle. This is Wise. Hoddle looking for space, finding it. Number 20. Little touch of skill, but beaten by Ince. Oh, it's Giggs on the right wing, and you might see a flourish about Manchester United now. Look at this, Kanchelskis up against Sinclair, who's suddenly having a harrowing time at left back. And it's Jonsson who cuts that out. It was meant for Hughes. Ince wants it square. Giggs. And Glenn Hoddle slides it in to Dennis Wise. This is Clark. Hoddle. I think we're going to see Tony Cascarino any minute, but this is Peacock meantime for Chelsea. Parker gets a foot in. Cascarino is the second outfield sub for Chelsea, and he's waiting to come on the far side. Meantime, it's Cantona to Kanchelskis. And there goes Kanchelskis again. Hughes comes towards the near post. Giggs closing in far side. There's the drive, and it was close from Spencer.
I don't think anyone would begrudge Chelsea perhaps getting a goal for their supporters, because they had an excellent first half. The goal didn't come, and there's Spencer trying to get on the score sheet, but they've had to rue those.
Hoddle. Clark. Oh dear. Who looks thrilled to bits, and Brian McClair. The players going off are Kanchelskis and Irwin. Well, he might well have pulled one back there, the Chelsea captain.
That's a great move, built right and down in front of us here. A flowing move down the left-hand side. Cascarino, good first touch into Dennis Wise and had goal written all over it, but perhaps that just sums up the afternoon for poor Chelsea. They couldn't put the ball in the net despite their good approach play. And in the end, that 3-0 scoreline is, in a few years' time, going to be a bit harsh, I think.
Yeah. I think I'm right in saying this will be the most convincing cup final win since Manchester United beat Brighton in that replay, 4-0. This is Cascarino. Wise. And here's Peacock. Wise again. Onside, Cascarino, blocked by Schmeichel. Chelsea had a couple of little chances, haven't they? Or big chances in the last couple of minutes, Trevor.
No, he should have scored. I mean, it was a great run from Dennis Wide, who I think has had a good game for Chelsea. Given an encouraging wave to his supporters. Tony Cascarino just stretching for the shot. Somehow tried to hit it at the near post, whereas a shot towards the far post for people running in would have been better.
Erland Johnson up for this, well cleared by Ince. Has had a fine match for Manchester United. And that was well won back by Eddie Newton. Curled in again. Here comes Johnson. Keane heads out this time. Corner again on the far side. Chelsea, typically and creditably, ending the match with their tails up. But that's how they started it. But a lot's happened in between. Peacock. Way by Bruce. Glenn Hoddle. How long will he go on playing, I wonder? It's a stage he's graced many times, Wembley. Look at Ince again there, the man to get the foot in. And Eddie Newton stumbling a bit, and Ince is the furthest forward again. Chelsea still at it. That's Newton floating it for Cascarino. Two unmarked in the middle, surely now. There's the shot on the turn by Spencer, and Schmeichel has reserved his best work. Well, it's been reserved for him until the last few minutes. Corner again. Played short. Hoddle. Now Cantona. Now he's got players joining him. One of them is Mark Hughes. Now two to the left. Oh, and onside. Paul Ince for Manchester United. Can he finish it here? Ince. Oh, unselfish. Brian McClair. What a wonderfully unselfish piece of play by Paul Ince of Manchester United and England, to put this smile on the face of the manager, to give McClair the chance to score, and to confirm that Manchester United have won the double. Out came Karine, round him went Ince. He saw Clark was there, so he just rolled it back, and McClair accepts the greatest gift of all, an open goal in a cup final. It's 4-0, Trevor.
Well, rubbing salt in the wound there, Manchester United, because Chelsea so close a couple of times at the other end, although they probably feel now that they could be playing until Sunday morning, still not be able to get the ball in the net. Goes up the other end, Eddie Newton tries to play the offside. The linesman said when the ball was played it wasn't, and Paul Ince sets up Brian McClair for his goal. Here
they go again, it's Hughes. We're well into stoppage time, as you can see, 4th minute in fact. And Hughes has gone down injured. And there it is. The achievement is nearly unique. The praise is nearly unanimous. The double is definitely Manchester United's. The 6th club to achieve this remarkable feat. Chelsea crestfallen, cheerful in the first half, but cruelly played out of things in 9 minutes in the second half. Consolation for them, but jubilation for Manchester United. And already the manager who's made history, Alex Ferguson, is talking to Tony Gubba.
Alex Ferguson, many, many congratulations to you and Manchester United. A tremendously, personally emotional moment for you.
Oh, it's a marvellous. Second half we played like Manchester United. We got a break. To get in front was ideal for us. Once we got in front, we had no problem.
Perhaps a little bit of sadness, though, that this is the year that Sir Matt Busby died and was not here to see United finally achieve the double.
Well, his family are here, and they'll be proud of the players today, because Sir Matt would have been.
Just talk us through the match briefly, Alex. Were you surprised at how difficult Chelsea made it for you in the first hour?
The first half, they caused us a lot of problems. I felt our shape wasn't right. We're no spreading the game. We couldn't get Ryan Giggs the ball. We said at half-time to narrow Ryan in a bit so he could get on the ball and get some feel of it and start running at them. And that was the key to it, really. Once we get the spread in our game, Ryan on one side, then Andre on the other side, the balance was better, and then we started opening up a bit better.
Did you try to pep them up at half-time? Was that what you...
Yeah, I think that we made the points. We made the points about the tactical thing, which was vital, because without tactics you won't win the modern games.
Everybody said you...
Had a professional. Brian Robson has handed the job on to somebody worthy of it. And Steve Bruce now goes up for a moment that he and his colleagues and Manchester United fans worldwide have always wanted to experience. One of the most famous football clubs in the world achieves one of the most precious feats in the world of football. Manchester United have won the double, and they've equalled Tottenham Hotspur's record of 8 FA Cup wins, putting their names in history now. And Alex Ferguson, who himself will receive a medal,